tuning in. My name's Eddie Udry, Finding 43 Real Estate. This week I want to share with you what happened with a seller of mine. We almost accepted the first offer that we had for my sellers, and we would have walked away with over $35,000 less if we took that first offer. Here's exactly what happened and what every homeowner should know before they actually go to sell and list their house. I hope this will be a helpful video for you. Most homeowners think about selling the house is simple. You put it on the market, you get an offer, you accept it, and you move on. But that's exactly how many sellers actually leave thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on the table. So this week, I represented a seller right here in the Treasure Valley. We ended up negotiating an additional $35,000 over the first offer and several $1,000s over the asking price. Now before you think this is some kind of crazy hot market where every house sells for way over asking, that is not the case. Actually, a lot of agents are saying how slow it is. But this happened because of strategy. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly what we did and what most agents don't do and what every homeowner should know before accepting an offer. Why does this matter? Again, my name is Eddie Udry. I'm an agent here Finding 43 Real Estate here in the Treasure Valley. Thanks for tuning in. And I've learned a few things over the years, believe it or not. Getting your home sold isn't actually the hard part, right? It's getting every dollar that the market will bear and what that buyer is willing to pay. And that's where experience matters. Think about it. If I walked into your house and I said, "Congratulations, I got you an offer," most people would be ecstatic, right? They'd be excited. But what if I told you there were another $20,000 or $30,000 sitting on the table? Wouldn't you want to know how to get it? And that's exactly what this video is about today. Step one, most important, is price it right out of the gate. The first thing we did before any of this happened was we actually, before we hit the market, we priced this house strategically. Now, here's something that surprises people. Pricing your home too high can actually cost you money. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but this is what many sellers think. Let's price it high so we can always come down. Buyers today are incredibly informed. They are on the computer looking at your house dozens of times before they even walk through that door. They've looked at other homes online. They know value, and they are as educated as most people out there. So if your house is overpriced, most buyers won't even schedule a showing. Instead, we priced this house where we felt it was great value, and that created excitement. It created more showings, created more interest, and more buyers competing. And that's where we use the competition is what drives the price, not just wishful thinking. Step two, create demand. Next, we focused on creating as much demand as possible. Professional photography, cannot stress that enough. Marketing, that's what separates agents. Making sure every showing went smoothly. Every agent should be following up and chasing that feedback. We want buyers walking through that door thinking, "I don't want anybody else to get this house." And getting back to the feedback, you definitely want an agent who chases feedback. And here's the truth why, because you want to improve. If you only have that first 2 weeks is the most crucial when you list your house. If you don't have any offers in that 2 weeks, you're going to be chasing the market. We created that demand and we created that competition right out of the gate. Step three, don't jump at that first offer. You often hear the first offer is usually the best. However, wasn't the case here. Okay, many sellers make that mistake. The first offer, let's go. It's above asking. Everyone gets excited. The temptation is to sign immediately. However, we looked back and we looked at what showings were scheduled and knew we had a lot of interest, so we paused. Because the offer wasn't that it wasn't good, we knew we could do better. Because we knew there were other interested buyers. So instead of rushing, we let that process play out. And sometimes patience pays. And in this case, it definitely did. Step four, let the competition be to your advantage. And what I mean by that is when we had multiple offers on the same property, it put us in the good negotiation position completely. Instead of negotiating against me and against the buyers or the buyer's agents, we let the buyers compete against each other. So we went back to each buyer's agent and gave them the opportunity to submit their highest, best, and strongest offer. And it wasn't just price. Terms matter as well. Financing, closing timeline, inspection requests, as well as appraisal protections. Earnest money, how much of a down payment. Also, you want to know how much skin these people have in the game, and these buyers. So the best offer isn't always the highest number. So it's the offer that is most likely to close while giving the seller the best overall outcome. By carefully negotiating, not rushing, we ended up increasing our seller's proceeds by roughly, like I said, $35,000 and finished several $1,000s above asking. A lesson here. So what's the takeaway? This isn't about getting lucky, because this is not how it happened. And it certainly isn't about every home selling above asking. Every property is different. Every neighborhood is different. Every market is different. The lesson here is strategy matters. Pricing definitely matters. Marketing matters. And negotiation absolutely matters. The biggest check your agent writes isn't the putting the sign in the front yard. It's from the protecting your equity during negotiations. Super huge. If you're thinking about selling your house here in the Treasure Valley and you want to know more, I'm happy to share everything I know and come out and meet. I am in the Boise, Kuna, Meridian, Nampa, Caldwell, here in the Treasure Valley area. Don't just ask, what's my house worth? Ask, what's the best strategy to maximize what buyers are willing to pay today? If you'd like me to put together a customized selling strategy for you or you and your family, I'd be happy to do that. You just leave a comment below, reach out to me. I'll have all my information below, as well as a seller guide to help get you started in the process. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you.